Morning, Scrapazoids, Scrappers, Scrapettes, Planet Lovers, Recyclers, TikTok followers, and anybody else who I actually missed. I hope everybody's doing well. Busy week over here. Finally got a break in the weather and trying to get my yard cleaned up. I have made really measurable progress, which I'm really happy about. So I did a little short this morning. Most of you guys probably saw it already. I had we did have a pickup yesterday, which I didn't expect. I was out at the scrapyard, and the guy in the next bay pulled in, and I was throwing out the shells, and he was throwing out computers. I'm like, he says, well, you want them? I said, sure. I said, they can't hit the ground, otherwise, I said, they can't, if they hit the ground, I can't take them, so we put them right in my truck. And then I told the guy at the scrapyard, and he said he didn't care as long as it didn't hit the ground. Wow, a lot of you guys jumping right in this morning, and a very good morning to you. Yes, I do know I've been rather absent this week. Just it's been a hard week for me in a lot of ways. Just not a bad week. Well, losing Irish was bad, but that's for all of us. Hi, Carolyn. So anyway, I've just been digging and digging and digging out of the mountain of scrap that I have. Going this week to see about getting something done about my hair. It all grew back, but it's white. So we're going to go do something about that, a little time on self-care, which is a good thing to do. My nephew, who works 2 full-time jobs, God in heaven bless him, had a day off yesterday, and we snuck out for lunch. We went to a wonderful pizzeria. It's called JoJo's. It's up in the New Haven area. Any of you who follow pizza, absolutely, whoever just said that, so I go by, nice to get free computers, and if they are, serious. I want to talk about that in a second. So we got out for lunch yesterday, and I'll go to Easter services tonight. Tomorrow morning, my family's going to get together for brunch, and there's nothing that makes me happier than being with my nieces and nephews. They're just wonderful adults. I love them to the moon and back. And without them, and without you guys too, I'd be a miserable old lady is what I'd be. Yeah, oh my God, the pizza was amazing. I bought a large, I got cheese and onions. I used to have a follower, and I think he's still around. I think he's just really busy, Custom Computer. He's got family up here. There's always a big war between the pizzerias of New York and the pizzerias in New Haven, Connecticut. And then in New Haven, there's Sally's and Frank Pepe's, who always have a yearly battle, all in good fun. And they're both really excellent establishments, so that was kind of fun. So, I've been scrapping like a maniac. I had a couple of big pickups, and, I'm really trying to just get the back patio cleared off so I can get a barbecue grill. I can come to you live from my patio. So, speaking of live, I plan on trying to get back into the rhythm a little bit. Like I said, it's just been really super busy trying to get the yard cleaned up. It's been cold, it's been wet, it's been miserable, and finally starting to see the end of it. It's nice out today, and I figured, well, let me do a little bit of scrap, and I've got the car all loaded up. I'll be ready to go to the scrapyard Monday morning. Wire is continuing to pay really, really well. It's 88 cents a pound for junky chicken wire. The yard is far enough away from me that I've got to make sure I've got enough weight in the truck. And aluminum continues to be a good offering, nice and steady. So heat sinks and things, even the cheap crappy wire that comes out of the computers. And light iron, I think, is about $145 a gross ton. So it's not bad. Well, that's right, recycling. I kind of just used my barbecue to separate my e-waste. I've been investigating a couple of other things to do, the possibility of eventually getting into shipping materials out to a refiner. What I've been doing is kind of just stacking stuff. You need like 3,000 to 5,000 pounds of pre-1990s material. So a lot of things that I normally would have sent out, like these dual socket motherboards, they're older, so I'm saving them. They've got BGAs on them. There's good gold recovery here. And the gold in here is good. The board itself has more weight to it and is an older board. So you got to get all this stuff off of it, of course. But the board itself is pretty decent. So I've been putting aside a lot of those. I'm saving older telecom that's really chippy. and things like that. You know, they're in, you know, they're in tubs and they're in the storage bin. But this is really, hi Dennis, this is actually the first time that I've started considering actually sorting things and sending them out for refining. Gold did take a dip this week, but anyway. So, you know, a little bit of updating, nothing horrific, and I don't want to get myself in so far over my head that I'll never get out again, you know. So, back to basics, eh? Good morning, all. Wow, we got a lot of people in the house already. Thanks, guys. Please don't forget to tap that like button. It does help the channel. Like I said, this is just kind of a spontaneous live. I was packing up some of the boxes for resale, and you guys like to play What's in the Box. I know you do. So, what's in the box? One of the things that I like to do is get good material into the hands of people who like to do gold refining. I don't know. I think for me, it's too much of an undertaking. I don't have the space. Hi, Chaz Park. How are you? I really don't have the time. I don't have the space. And, you know, so I think for me, saving up 3,000 to 5,000 pounds of boards, bringing them up to Massachusetts and having them refined out is going to be the way to go. In the meantime, there's still a lot of scrap here that is... Hi, Scotty. How are you? 5 years. Boards for 5 years. Okay, got it. LOL. Yeah, no, it doesn't... I'll tell you, honestly, though, with the volume of stuff I process, it doesn't take long at all. I will be getting back to my Sunday morning lives, not this week because of Easter, of course, but starting back next week. So I want to try to get myself back in the groove of that. I miss you guys, I really do. So what's in the box? So this is a nice box of e-scrap. I have got the Computer Scrapper site up and about. That's actually up. E-scrap by the pound is my next thing to do. You know, people can buy as much as they want at X-rate pound. That's coming. So these are all phone boards. I'm going to put them into the box. I'm sorry, I don't have the scale with me. I probably should. These came out of NEC phones. And I did clean them up. I didn't take the chips or anything off, but I did clean them. My intention was to put them into the box for the refiner. Now I'm going to put them in a box for you. What I'll do with the... what I'll do is I'll take the ones right out of the phones and I'll put them in a box for you. So there'll be like 10, there'll be phone boards. We'll do a mix of those. All of these I'll put in the box. These are already clean, by the way. You just gotta drop them in solution and go. You'll be in good shape with these. Caroline, good morning. Thank you for sharing out the live. I think that's right, just did that. And by the way, guys, thanks for all your kind words this week. Appreciate that. And so this is a nice mix of phone boards in here. Lots of good chips. These I'll leave. You know, what you see is what you get. That is in the box. Most of my boxes are 99 bucks flat out. I fill them. And, you know, everything in there is good refinable material. These are all gold pins of various weight. That is in the box. I can't do nuggets like Scroogey and Proud do, but I can certainly put a little bit of material in there for gold refining. This is a gold finger card. Now, this particular one I actually have on sale, up for sale as a single item, but the gold is not as good as what you'll get on Goldfinger RAM. The price point is a lot better if you want to balance it out that way. Nothing's going to beat the price you're going to get on Goldfinger RAM, guys. We all know that. That's going to go in the box, too. So this box is mostly like phone boards and gold-bearing materials. This will be in there. These will all be graded as what we call peripheral boards. A lot of discussion came up on the forum, one of the forums I was on the other day, and I can't remember which one it was. It was one of the FB forums. I found my way onto a really great e-waste and recycling site. Everybody on there, it was a whole new outlet, and a lot of people here are on that site as well. It was great. The input, the information, just amazing. And there's a new content creator on the YT. I think he's called Acids and Gases. He's excellent, guys. Really excellent. Step-by-step everything. Really enjoying his channel. As I enjoy all of you, of course. So, you know. But, awesome. I think you said that in the last one, too. Bilal-CH. Welcome in. Not a fan at all, joined. You're not a fan? Well, we'll make you one. Anonymous joined. That's funny. So anyway, yeah, so this box I'm going to put together with all gold-bearing materials. Big old finger cards. There'll be a nice chip under here. So this is going to be like a peripheral, high-grade peripheral box is what we would call this. We'll put some of these in. Nice gold pins. These came off of the Dell Blade servers like I just showed you. Boy, I'll tell you, these things, I wish I could get another palette. These, hi Todd, how are you? Happy Easter, everybody, by the way. Happy pre-Easter. These Dell server boards were, they're Blade servers, they're modules. Sometimes they'll be called nodes, N-O-D-E-S. Kind of like me, I got a stuffy nose this morning. Be here all week. They were great. I mean, I got peripheral boards, I got RAM. I'm trying to find another palette. I wish I could. They really were. They were really great. What else is going on? So, again, all peripheral high-grade boards. Oh, I know what it was. The discussion came up on this page the other day. It was a nice discussion, a wonderful discussion, about if it comes out of a telephone, is it a telecom board? The answer is actually no, believe it or not. See, these are called peripheral boards. There's good gold recovery and visible chips. But they're you need to have 16 or more ports on your board to consider it telecom, as it being a switch or other telecom device. That's kind of where the differentiation seems to be. Just because it comes out of a telephone doesn't make it telecom. Telecom boards have to be covered with chips. There has to be lots of gold and not a lot of wasted dead space. Peripheral boards are usually a little bit smaller. You look for gold content and a couple of chips. So this is like a high-grade peripheral board. You know, it's one of those things, there's always going to be a little bit of gray area, you know, no matter what you do. These are really nice, by the way. These yield very nice gold. And again, these came off the Dell Blade servers as well. Box is filling up nicely, guys. I'm going to keep my price point at $99. It just works well for me. This is some kind of a logic card, I think. I have some of these up for resale. Some of the NVIDIA boards, the NVIDIA cards are doing really well. These AMD cards, not so much. But some of the older NVIDIA cards, boy, my mouth doesn't want to work this morning. That's odd, eh? Roger, welcome in. I see some new names in the chat. Welcome in. It's actually Easter for me. Who said that? Scotty. Scotty, where are you at? You're ahead of us then by a day, eh? Or the evening. Hi, Shell. I saw you check in. Welcome in. If I miss you going by in the chat, forgive me. I love you. You know I do. Please don't forget to tap the like button. That's a lot of likes for a few minutes, and I didn't expect anybody in this morning. I figured everybody would be busy. So what a nice surprise to see you all. Sometimes I just jump. When I have something in front of me that is worth sharing, you know, I'll jump up. If the live does well, yay, the live does well. If it doesn't, I'll just post it up as a video. So it's a win-win for me. This is an NVIDIA NVS 300. They're selling for about 10 or 15 bucks online. I'm going to put that one aside. I'm not going to put that in the box. I don't know what this one is. I know there's a nice gold band BGA under here, but this one is not marked with a particular brand. Like I said, the NVIDIA ones have been doing well. This is going to go in the box, though. I'm going to leave it whole because not only do I have a market with people who do the e-scrap routine, but I also seem to have a market for people who are looking for vintage computer cards. A lot of people buy them and resell them. So for that reason, I don't take anything off of them. This is probably an Ethernet card of some kind. it was paired up with this, and it was in an older Dell computer. I think we're going to put these in the box. Like I said, the gold is not as good as it is on your RAM, but it's certainly a heck of a lot cheaper, isn't it? I mean, seriously. So those are in the box. This one I've got up for sale separately. I think it's an NVIDIA card, but I'm not sure. I've got that up for sale. That's elsewhere. This is another peripheral. This is a great example of a high-grade peripheral board. Some people will put these in your Goldfinger cards. It could go there. For me, though, it's a high-grade peripheral. Don't forget, I buy and sell boards, so I'm comfortable in the grading process. 7 new messages. Did I miss you? Hiya, sister. How you doing? Mr. Harrington, good morning. Long time no see. Gig Red Chevy, how are ya? Good to see ya. My Gig Red Nissan was happy to get clean the other day. Oh my God, we had such a winter here. I really wanted to get the underside cleaned. If you got 4-wheel drive, you really got to keep all that cleaned. So Big Red got a nice bath. He needed it. These also came off of these Dell Blade modules. They were right here. Tell you, those were a great scrap. I wish I could find another. Oh, thank you, Gig Red Chevy. Appreciate that. Just as a quick aside, I found the link for the services for Scrapping Irish, and they were recorded, and they are. There's a note on my profile page where you can find the link. Campbell Funeral Home in Ireland, if you want to review the service. And Shark Scrapper is going to do something special on his channel during Irish's old lifetime on Sunday. Just as an aside, you know, I don't want to dwell on it. We've all lived through this week with the whole thing. Anyway, so this is a high-grade peripheral board. Got lots of good trips. Good trip. Got a good chips, and we got lots of visible gold here. That's an older board. I can tell by the weight. That's in the box. So all of these, yeah, me too, sister. I've cried myself out. There's nothing else I can do at this point. You know, what are you going to do? He'd be very unhappy of us if we continued to cry. I don't know if any of you have ever been to a real Irish wake, but my family, growing up, my grandparents, the wakes were all in the houses, you know, and we celebrated life. You know, they would have the wake in the house back then, and you know, it was quite the event. You know, you'd have food, you'd have drink, you'd celebrate all the memories, and it's kind of like they do that in New Orleans too. It's a tradition in New Orleans to have a parade for the deceased. But yeah. Anyway, so these are all out of there. Those are in the box. This is a low-grade peripheral board. You've got your silver recovery right here. You got a nice little oscillator, and pretty easy flashing to get off. Those are just like, you got mail, Ethernet cards. Hello, Darren Cummings. Good morning to you. See some new names in the chat, guys. If you're into our gold community, or you just like talking about computers and scrap and BSing, feel free to subscribe. I'm usually on Sunday mornings. I try to go on during the week, sometime between Scrapaholic and Southern Scrapper. I don't know why I'm getting a phone call here, but it's the middle of the day, and we're going to decline that. Okay. I do run a music business, but they can leave me a message. I'll call them back later. Here's another one. This you've got a nice little piece of brass. And again, because I'm putting it in the box for you guys for recovery, I leave all that stuff on there. And what else is in the box? These are just some littles. Like I said, I always make sure there's enough value in these. Wireless cards, Goldfinger cards. So any of the what's in the box items, these are backplane boards. They've got good gold recovery in here. This is where the hard drive would have plugged in. That's all in the box. And a couple more of these guys. And the box is nice and full. I did put the gold pins in there. I think that brings the value of the box up quite a bit. You know, I I haven't really gotten into the refining thing, but for my purposes, I'm just as happy making it available to you guys, you know, and I think it's a nice little box. And that will be on my profile page. I have to weigh it. I'm going to a little bit smaller size box. The Postal Service is now at $29.99, plus they're going to add a surcharge. So it's going to be like $34 to ship a flat rate priority large. UPS is much cheaper. And hi Moira, good morning to you. How are you? Yeah, so you know, these are a little bit smaller. I gotta weigh it out, and I will put this up on my profile page. You guys can DM me on that one if you're so inclined. If not, it will be elsewhere. The other thing I've been working on, these are all telecom grade boards, and again, I've made, yes, I agree, sister, FedEx is really good. What I usually will do is I will wait until the order comes in. I'll go up to Staples and do a comparison. Like, just for example, to ship to Zach in Arizona is $20 more than it is to ship a 40-pound box. There's $20 difference between Arizona and Cleveland, where board sort is. No matter how I do it, I can't get around that. I am looking into pirate shipping. I've got to get a little more space opened up, and then I'm almost done with the basement. We'll set up our own shipping here. I'll try to go to pirate shipping. There's also an option, I think, for people who purchase e-scrap to send their own label. So those are some things I'm working on. I got to get some of the sting out of this price. It's horrific. So I have gone, like I said, we're going to go to a little bit smaller box. I think UPS Ground Saver is probably cheaper, and that'll take some of the sting out of that. So that box is ready. That's up to go. These are telecom boards, and these particular boards came from, you guys know I've been working on a very large 3 boxes of organ boards, and these happen to come from a Rogers organ. Now, this is something I probably could put aside to keep. It's dated 1997. Basically, the general information out there is that, wow, guys, there are a lot of people in the house. Thanks. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button, would you? Because it really helps my algorithms a whole bunch. And I've been quiet lately, so I've got to get my numbers up. So this is a telecom board. It's going to be a low-grade telecom board no matter what I do to it. I could take these fingers and it still would be a low-grade telecom, but because I'm going to put it in a box to for somebody who's going to do recycling or gold recovery, I'm not going to take those. They're going to stay just like they are. So the board is what you see is what you get. These were a very, very good quality board. Like I said, if I sold it to Board Sort or Sell Your Boards, they're going to give me telecom low grade because of this. And again, if you sell to a board buyer that you've been working with for a while, sometimes they'll upgrade you just because of the age of the board. But see, this is something small. I can ship this. I have a box that I can fit these in. So we're going to put these together. These will all be telecom grade low. They're going to be marked Rogers Organ Keyboard Array 1997. Those are really good. For those of you guys who are doing gold refine, just the age of the board and the fact I'm going to leave the gold flashing on it would make for a good, good investment on your part. But like I said, I'm going to get all these up. I have to do that a little bit later. What else do I have? Oh, come on. I got more than that. Oh. I got these guys. Yeah, I don't know how I managed to do it, but I do seem to get some interesting boards, sister. And I think it's because I'm in the music field. I'm very aware of what comes in and out of synthesizers, what comes in and out of keyboards. I'm really cognizant about electronic recovery, and I seem to do very well with those. I was going to hold on to these, but I've made the decision to sell them. I wasn't going to, but I am. I've got so much stuff here. See, this I can ship this. If I sell this off to a board sort or somebody else, I'm going to get a low-grade board for that because there's no chips on it. Although both men are reasonable, and I'm sure it would be otherwise. These are heavy. I don't see a date on them, let's see. But these are ready to just be dropped into the solution. These are ready to go. 3, 4, I gotta weigh them, guys. 5, 6, 7, I think I've got 20 of them. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I think there's 24. Anyway, so these are gonna go up for sale by the pound at some point very soon. I think they're really, I mean, really, you could just drop these into a solution and you're good to go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. I think there's 30 altogether. Yeah, those I'm definitely, these are great for what's in the box because I can ship them. You know, we can put those up by the pound. So, I haven't got a lot here today, I'll tell you. I've got a lot to process, though. These are going to be another thing that will go up for sale. Welcome to my world. It must be spring. Everybody's out being an idiot. In this case, I probably just have to throw these aside. I did take a gold-banded BGA off of here. These boards, if you can get Cisco... Which ones? This one where? These here? I've got to get a weight, though. I don't remember what the weight was. You know, you can always DM me and find out what the weight is on these guys. I don't know what they came out of. They look like, you know, it almost looks like a template for a phone or something. Like, you know, you'd punch these out and put them into a phone. I don't know. They got a good deal on them, that I do know. But those are going to go up. Again, I just don't have the time or the space right now. They came out of some, I think they came out of something, because they look like it could be just punched out. I really don't know. I saw a good deal on them, and I bought them. This is another thing you can get fairly easily. These came out of Cisco Aeronets. I don't have one up here to show you, but they're about yay by yay. They're made out of cast aluminum, and aluminum continues to pay very well at the yard. The aluminum is worth trading them in. But you'll get a very nice peripheral board out of the Cisco Aeronets, and they're dirt cheap to buy. I mean, I see them as low as 10 for $10. You'll get a very nice high-grade peripheral board with the chip on it. So I'm going to process out a whole bunch of those Aeronets, and I'll leave the BGA chips on, and I'll have those up for sale. So that's all the things I'm working on this week. I'm working on cleaning out the mess in the yard. I do have that box ready to go. Again, I'll put that up on my profile page a little bit later. I want to weigh it and get the exact weights on there so you know what you're getting. But I think it's it's very specifically for people who do gold refine. I don't have the time that I need, but I'll get there. I'm going to add this to the what's in the box over here. Box is nice and full, guys. It's an extra small Home Depot box, all high-grade peripheral. I've got a couple of ounces of gold pins in there. And I dropped one of these in there. They're mixed, you know. And I'm going to drop these, and look at the gold on that guy, huh? I don't remember what I got these out of. I really don't. Now, that's in the box. So those are my refiners boxes. That's what we're going to call them, refiners boxing. Right, Scrooge and Proud have a little bit of advantage because they actually can put in gold things into the box, and I don't do that. You know, I like what I'm doing. It's been working pretty well. I think we're going to put these into that Gold Refiners box too. We got to give it a name like Gold Refiner Special or something. I've got some Mylars and some gold things. I'm going to put that in the box too. So this is a nice, like I said, nice little box for those who do gold refining. And you know, for me, it pays the bills until I get my 5,000 pounds that I can bring to the refiner. That's going to be a while off. So that's a pretty decent box. That's this week's offering, and we'll throw a few of those in the box as well. I'll get you guys a weight on these, and you know, I'm going to probably, I don't know what I did with it. I think I put it in the storage bin. We're going to get a box of low-grade, of nice high-grade Rogers Oregon Telecom boards together. They'll come up on my profile page. You can always DM me about anything like that. I do have, the website is up. It matches my new handle, computerscrapper.com. And I want to take a minute and wish everybody a really happy Easter. I hope, I think the weather has finally turned. I'm actually warm. I've got every window in the house open. We had a cold winter. It was an awful winter, wasn't it? And I won't see you tomorrow, I don't think. But I should be back at it Monday. I know Monday I have a scrapyard run to do. I think I'm going to have to make a trip out to the non-ferrous yards. I've got probably 100 pounds of nice copper aluminum heatsink. The yard is at 10 cents a pound for them. Board sort of pay more, but it's not worth it to ship. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with those. Probably process off the copper, and I can still sell them as copper aluminum heat sinks. There's a non-ferrous yard in Meriden that pays a little bit better on those. I've got some pin connector ends kicking around. And yeah, I'm going to just get back. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get back to basics. By the way, I really want to thank all you guys. Some of you guys have really, really got some awesome channels. Really learning a lot from you guys. Just again, all of the things that I've learned have helped me with really making a decision about an additional direction for the business. I'm always going to do what's in the box. I'm always going to sell shippable e-scrap. I like doing that. I do pretty, you know, that pays my basic bills, you know, and gives me an opportunity to save up for, you know, save up the 3,000 to 5,000 pounds I'm going to need to bring it to a refiner. And if it doesn't work out, I just sell it off. I don't care. Maybe I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I have something going on this week, which I actually hope works out. There is a local church that is looking to dump an organ, and it happens to be an instrument I happen to know a good deal about. I'm going down to look at it Monday or Tuesday, because of course everybody's busy this week. There's a very good chance if I can get them to give it to me. I'll have it removed, and I'm going to have it put into storage. I have to say, I might get it reconditioned, or I may just, I'm going to open it up and see what's inside first. If it's anything like the boards I just got, we're gonna take that. We're gonna take it apart. It's not working. I would have to sell it for parts. It would require a $20,000 refurbish. If I can get it for $100 and I can get it moved for $500 or $600, I know I can recover probably $2,500 worth of boards out of it. But I don't want to put the cart before the horse. We've done very well with the Oregon boards, and you know, as I said, just because it was something I knew a lot about, I was able to jump on that other website. I got some pictures up, and we sold almost all of the Big Allen Oregon boards. So yeah, there's some good stuff out there, and you know, it's not just computers, although that's where I find most of my money. But there's a lot of places you can find electronics, and yeah. So that's it for old Scrappy Doodle Dee Day today. And don't forget to hit the like button. I'm going to sign off in about 30 seconds here. If you guys could just pound the hell out of the like button, that would be great. Look, it's back. See? I have hair again. Yay! Didn't take long. I just got to figure what we're going to do about coloring it. Because it's still pretty, my hair is still pretty black. Although I got called an old lady this morning because I told some guy this morning to please get his, to clean up after his dog, and he cussed at me and called me naughty, nasty things. And I wished him a nice day and pissed him off. I also have pictures of him, and I know where he lives, and I'm seriously thinking about returning his presents. But that would make me tacky, and it's Easter. I don't want to be tacky. Later. God in heaven bless everybody. Again, just a reminder, Sharky's going to put up something special on YouTube tomorrow at 4. Kind of a memory thing for our friend Scrap and Irish. If you guys want to join in, he'll be on the YT with that. You can check Shark Scrapper's post on that. And everybody else, have a great day. Todd Olson, see you soon. And hey, thanks for stopping by and visiting me. Love you guys. You're the best. I don't know what to do without my TikTok community. Stay well, everybody. I'll see you around. Be well. God in heaven bless you. Thanks for stopping in. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm really a lot of fun when I'm not crying. Bye, guys. Bye. That was fun. Thanks. That was fun. Thanks.